As you know, I have 4 kids, and one of my daughters, who, like I said, I homeschool my kids. Well, one of my daughters is very much not like me from when I was growing up, and so she learns very differently than me, and me and her just tend to clash a lot whenever I'm teaching her. And for me, whenever that happens, I just get, I get angry just like a lot of parents do. It really frustrates me. My voice gets higher. I end up demanding and yelling, and instead of my other daughter, who will respond by going faster or doing the work more, this daughter will just shut down. Just not even try anymore, it's like she just goes blind and she can't do anything. It is like she couldn't even tell me her name if I asked her to. And all of a sudden, every single thing is just too hard for her to do. And I have the hardest time dealing with that because I don't know how to deal with it at all. It's nothing I'm used to. My other daughter doesn't do that. I never did that. And so being her teacher is what really allowed me to start thinking about how other homeschool parents do this. How do other successful homeschoolers teach their kids who have very different learning styles, who have different personalities, who handle pressure differently? How are they doing that? And so when I asked other people, they would say, "Oh, I have no clue." they would just, "Well, I just deal with it, and I've been dealing with it for 10 years, and I dealt with it throughout their whole homeschool life." I'm like, well, okay, I guess I could go that route. And then there are some people that were like, "Well, for that kid, I just handed them off to someone else. I put them back in public school, or I got them their own tutor, or put them on an online program because they had no clue how to deal with it." I was like, okay, well, I guess that's another way. And then there was this very small group of people that seemed to have something figured out. They weren't perfect, but they were the ones that I was like, okay, these are the people that I need to learn from and that I need to imitate, because these are the ones that are actually homeschooling their kids. They're not passing them off. They're actually homeschooling their kids who have different personalities, different learning strategies and types than they are, and yet they're still being just as successful, and their kids are still learning everything they need to learn. And so this is what I learned from them. I learned basically that we need to have strategies to go from one style of learning to another quickly, without having to sit there and scroll Pinterest and Facebook and search for strategies. We need to be able to go from, my child can't handle writing down the math problems over and over again on a piece of paper. Okay, switch it up. Let's go to manipulatives and start using these blocks to do these math problems instead. Alright, now being able to do that quickly on the whim is what allowed these parents to be able to teach their kids the same exact skills, but in a way that their kid best learned. Alright, and so based on all of that, I came up with a plan, because I'm very much a plan type. I came up with a strategy, a plan on how I can learn how to do that for my kids. And this is what I came up with. I came up with MultiPath Learning. And MultiPath Learning is basically being able to go from one way of teaching, one way of doing a skill, and being able to jump to whatever other way needs to happen, and quickly. Not where you have to think about it and it takes a whole 40 to 72 hours for the business transaction to occur. No. This plan is meant to be implemented immediately. As soon as you start feeling that pushback from your kid that this is not working for them. MultiPath Learning is what helped me. Is what is helping me. Okay? Because me and Ritter still do not see things the same. But I am able to still teach her in the best way that she is best in the best way she needs. And that is through MultiPath Learning. So, just wanted to share a little bit about my experience in homeschooling and let you know that you don't have to quit. You don't need to give up. You don't need to pass your kid off back to public school or to another teacher, online schooling. You can do it too, and you can do it efficiently and quickly in a way that your kids learn best.